1. Daily goal setting with written intentions. Every morning or the night before, you write down 1 to 3 specific, measurable goals you intend to accomplish that day, both action steps. For example, reach out to potential clients and mindset checkpoints. For example, practice confidence in every conversation. Clarity and focus. Writing crystallizes vague desires into concrete targets. Your brain can't pursue an undefined get-rich goal, but it can tackle research 3 investment options or draft a freelance pitch. Crossing items off a list releases dopamine, reinforcing productive behavior and motivating you to keep the momentum going. Alignment with long-term vision. Daily goals serve as the stepping stones to your bigger financial objectives: saving targets, revenue milestones, habit mastery. When every small task ladders up to build my portfolio or grow my business, everyday actions gain strategic purpose. Goal setting isn't just a to-do list, it's the process of programming your subconscious. Studies in behavioral psychology show that people who write down goals are significantly more likely to achieve them, because the act of writing engages multiple brain regions: motor, visual, language, making your objectives stick in memory. Moreover, reviewing these goals each morning frames your mindset. Instead of drifting into reactive mode emails, social media, you proactively steer your day. Over weeks and months, this habit compounds. Minor daily wins become measurable progress, and you build unshakable confidence in your ability to deliver results. 2. Consistent learning and skill development. Devoting time each day, however small, to learning, reading business books, following industry blogs, taking an online course, or practicing a high-value skill, for example, copywriting, data analysis, negotiating, adaptability. The economy evolves rapidly. By constantly upgrading your skills, you stay ahead of trends and seize emerging opportunities rather than getting left behind. Compounding knowledge. Just as small financial deposits grow with compound interest, daily learning adds up. 10 pages of a book each day become thousands of pages in a year, translating to expertise and authority. Confidence and authority. Deep knowledge breeds confidence. Whether pitching a client or making investment decisions, you'll do so from a place of informed certainty. Other people notice and trust that authority, opening doors. Neuroscience tells us that learning stimulates neuroplasticity, your brain's ability to form new connections. This not only keeps you mentally sharp, but also reinforces a growth mindset, the belief that intelligence and ability can be cultivated. When you approach challenges as "I don't know this yet," you remain curious and persistent. Over time, you accumulate a unique skill set that differentiates you in the marketplace. People pay a premium for expertise. 3. Intentional networking and relationship building. Each day, you take at least one deliberate step toward connecting or deepening connections with people who can support, advise, or collaborate with you. Mentors, peers, or professionals in adjacent fields. Wealth rarely arises in isolation. Your network is the lifeline that brings in referrals, partnerships, and leads. Being associated with successful, respected individuals elevates how others perceive you and your capabilities. The more you give advice, introductions, encouragement, the more goodwill you accrue, often translating into unexpected reciprocation. Relationship building taps into human psychology, reciprocity, trust, and social validation. When you consistently show genuine interest, remembering names, following up on previous conversations, offering help without immediate expectation, you become someone people want to work with. A robust network multiplies your bandwidth. Instead of relying solely on your 2 hands, you leverage hundreds of minds and contacts. In concrete terms, a well-nurtured network can shave months or years off your learning curve by connecting you directly to expert advice or potential clients. 4. Mindful money management. Budgeting and tracking. Daily tracking of your income and expenses. No ticket is too small to record. You maintain and review a simple budget so that every naira you earn has a purpose: spending, saving, investing, or giving. Control and awareness. You cannot grow what you don't measure. A budget illuminates leaks, impulse buys, subscription creep, and highlights surpluses you can redirect to wealth building. Emotion regulation. Money anxiety arises from uncertainty. When you know exactly where your money is, stress diminishes and decision-making improves. Automated habits. Tracking daily forms the basis for automating savings and investments out of sight, out of mind, into accounts that compound. Behavioral finance research shows that people tend to overspend when they pay with credit or without visible tracking. Daily attention to your budget creates a mental speed bump before each purchase, giving you a moment to ask, is this aligned with my goals? Over time, this friction fosters discipline. Furthermore, by regularly reviewing your spending categories, you can reallocate small amounts the Lotte factor toward high-impact investments, accelerating your path to financial independence. 5. Investing even in small, consistent doses. Allocating a portion of your income daily or weekly to investments, whether index funds, dividend stocks, peer-to-peer lending, or a small equity stake in a side business. Timing the market. Starting early even with minimal amounts lets compound interest work its magic. Delaying by months or years costs you exponentially. Habit formation. Regular, predictable investing transforms the action from a choice into an automatic habit, eliminating the inner procrastination battle. Risk mitigation. Dollar cost averaging, investing fixed amounts periodically smooths out market volatility and reduces timing risk. Compound growth is the single most powerful wealth creation force. Albert Einstein famously called it the eighth wonder of the world. When you make investing non-negotiable like brushing your teeth, you avoid the mental struggle of will I or won't I. Even if you start with 100 daily, that money compounds into significant sums over a decade. Psychologically, knowing that you're making progress toward autonomy retirement, passive income builds confidence and reduces financial fear. 6. Daily reflection and journaling. At the end of each day, you spend 10 to 15 minutes writing about your wins, setbacks, lessons learned, and what you're grateful for, particularly as they relate to your financial and success goals. Pattern recognition. By chronicling decisions and outcomes, you identify habits or biases, for example, overspending when stressed, that help you iterate your approach. Emotional processing. Journaling reduces anxiety and keeps you mentally balanced, crucial for making calm, rational money choices rather than reactive ones. Gratitude and positive momentum. Noting small victories, saved 500 today, closed a client call, reinforces your sense of progress and fuels motivation for tomorrow. Reflective practice is used by top performers in every field: athletes, CEOs, artists, because it turns raw experience into actionable insight. In finances, you might discover that certain days you spend more, or particular triggers lead to poor decisions. Once identified, you can preemptively adjust your mindset or environment. Additionally, gratitude journaling shifts your perspective from never enough to I'm on the right path, which reduces the stress that often drives counterproductive behaviors. 7. Cultivating an abundance mindset. Every day you challenge scarcity-based thoughts, there's never enough, by actively reminding yourself of possibilities there are unlimited ways to earn. You do this through affirmations, visualization, and reframing negative self-talk. Why you need it. Openness to opportunity. Scarcity thinking narrows your focus and blinds you to new pathways. An abundance mindset broadens your aperture, helping you spot creative income streams or partnerships. Abundance reduces fear of failure. When you believe resources and success are out there, you rebound faster from setbacks and are more willing to experiment. Generosity and reciprocity. Believing there's plenty encourages you to share knowledge and resources, which in turn attracts goodwill and often unexpected returns. Neuroscience reveals that what we focus on, we find. A mind preoccupied by lack acts like a tunnel vision filter, neglecting potential solutions. By intentionally practicing abundance, gratitude, affirmations, generous acts, you reshape your neural pathways toward optimism. This psychological shift makes you naturally more proactive and constructive, to critical traits of wealthy individuals who view challenges as opportunities rather than threats. 8. Strategic risk-taking and experimentation. You commit each day to at least one small, calculated risk that moves you outside your comfort zone, pitching a new idea, experimenting with a marketing tactic, testing a side hustle concept, opportunity discovery. If you never try, you never know. Small experiments reveal what works and what doesn't faster than endless planning. Building courage. Each successful risk reinforces your confidence, making you bolder on bigger stakes down the road. Innovation mindset. Wealth often arises at the intersection of creativity and action. Experimentation is the engine of novel solutions and competitive edges. Psychologists describe the growth zone as lying just beyond your comfort zone. Continual low-stakes risk-taking expands that zone over time, making you comfortable with uncertainty, and that's where the biggest financial breakthroughs happen: new markets, startups, investments. Importantly, you manage downsides by limiting each experiment's scale, small capital, limited time. This calculated approach maximizes learning while protecting your core resources. 9. Prioritizing physical health and energy management. You incorporate daily movement, exercise, stretching, proper nutrition, and sufficient sleep into your routine, recognizing that your body is the vessel that carries your ambitions. Cognitive performance. Physical activity and good nutrition sharpen focus, memory, and decision-making, critical for complex financial strategies. Consistent energy. When you sleep well and fuel your body, you avoid the afternoon crash that derail productivity or lead to impulsive spending. Retail therapy. Stress resilience. Exercise reduces stress hormones, keeping you calm under pressure and better able to handle market volatility or business setbacks. Wealthy, high-achieving people treat health as non-negotiable because chronic fatigue or illness saps both productivity and creativity. Studies show that regular exercise actually grows brain regions tied to learning. By protecting your body, you maximize your mental upsides, turning every challenge into an opportunity rather than a crisis. 10. Daily acts of generosity and gratitude. Every day you do something generous, sharing advice freely, giving a small charitable gift, or simply offering genuine praise. You also explicitly express gratitude for the resources and people in your life. Reciprocity effect. Generosity creates a flow of goodwill. People remember and often return the favor, which can lead to partnerships, referrals, or unexpected help. Positive mental state. Giving and gratitude trigger the brain's reward centers, creating a feedback loop of positive emotion that fuels motivation and reduces stress. Abundance reinforcement. By giving money, time, or knowledge, you remind yourself that you have more than enough, and this reinforces the abundant mindset critical for sustained success. Research in positive psychology shows that people who practice gratitude and generosity daily experience higher well-being and are more resilient in adversity. In financial terms, a single act of giving a small sum to charity or providing free coaching can establish you as a trusted, generous expert, attracting clients and opportunities precisely because you're seen as someone who invests in others. Putting it all together, wealth and the success that accompanies it is not an accident. It's the cumulative effect of daily habits that sharpen your mind, focus your will, and align your actions with your highest ambitions. By embedding these 10 habits into your everyday life, you create a self-reinforcing ecosystem of clarity, growth, and abundance. Over weeks, months, and years, small daily efforts compound into the extraordinary financial outcomes you seek. Start today. Pick one habit, commit to it for 30 days, then layer in the next. Your prosperous future begins with the choices you make right now.